The Terracotta Army, the secret guardians of China's first emperor. The underground empire. Imagine digging an ordinary well. The ground is dry, the fields are quiet. Nothing suggests that history is waiting just a few meters below. Then, your shovel strikes something solid. Not stone, not bedrock, a human face. In the spring of 1974, farmers outside the ancient city of Xi'an, in China's Shanxi province, made one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Beneath the soil lay fragments of life-sized clay warriors, silent sentinels that had remained hidden for more than 2,200 years. What began as a simple farming project soon revealed an underground world beyond imagination. Row after row, formation after formation, thousands of soldiers standing in perfect military order, archers, infantry, cavalry, generals, war chariots, even horses. Today, archaeologists estimate that the entire complex contains more than 8,000 soldiers, around 130 chariots, over 500 horses and hundreds of military officials and entertainers spread across multiple excavation pits. But the numbers tell only part of the story. Walk among these figures, and something extraordinary becomes apparent. No two faces are exactly alike. Each warrior carries a distinct expression, different hairstyles, different armor, different ranks. Some appear calm, others determined. Some almost seem to stare back at you. For centuries, people believed they had been sculpted individually. Modern research tells a more fascinating story. Ancient craftsmen developed an astonishing manufacturing system remarkably similar to modern industrial production. Legs, torsos, arms, and heads were produced in standardized molds. Then skilled artisans refined every figure by hand, carving unique facial features, hairstyles, ears, beards, and armor details before firing them in kilns. It was mass production without sacrificing individuality, an engineering achievement centuries ahead of its time. The warriors were once even more breathtaking than they appear today. Originally, each figure was painted in brilliant pigments, deep reds, vibrant blues, emerald greens, and rich purples. Weapons gleamed with polished bronze. Armor reflected the light. But exposure to air after excavation caused many of these ancient colors to vanish within hours. What survives today is only a shadow of the spectacle that once guarded China's first emperor. Beneath the quiet earth, an empire had been waiting. The madness of the first emperor. To understand the army, we must understand the man who commanded it. His name was Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. In 221 BCE, after centuries of relentless warfare known as the Warring States period, he accomplished what many believed impossible. He united rival kingdoms into a single empire. Roads stretched across the land. Writing systems were standardized. Weights and measures became uniform. A common currency strengthened commerce. Sections of older defensive walls were linked together, laying foundations for what would later become the Great Wall. Modern China, in many ways, begins with him. Yet greatness often casts a long shadow. Qin Shi Huang ruled through the philosophy of legalism, a system built on absolute authority, harsh punishments, and unwavering obedience. Mercy was seen as weakness. Dissent became treason. Historical accounts describe the burning of books deemed politically dangerous and the suppression of scholars who challenged imperial power. Whether every story recorded by later historians is literally true remains debated. What is beyond dispute is the emperor's obsession with control, not only over his empire, but over death itself. As he grew older, another fear began to dominate his mind: mortality. He dispatched expeditions across the seas, searching for mythical islands where immortals were said to possess the elixir of eternal life. Court alchemists experimented with strange substances, ironically including mercury compounds believed to prolong life, materials now known to be highly toxic. Ancient historian Sima Qian, writing about a century after the emperor's death, described an underground mausoleum unlike anything the world had ever seen. A vast subterranean palace, ceilings decorated with constellations, a miniature empire beneath the earth, flowing rivers and seas made from liquid mercury. Mechanical traps designed to kill intruders, crossbows primed to fire automatically against grave robbers. For generations, these descriptions seemed almost mythical. Then science entered the story. Modern soil analyses around the emperor's burial mound have detected unusually high concentrations of mercury compared with surrounding areas. While this does not prove every detail of Sima Qian's account, it suggests that his remarkable description may contain more truth than anyone once imagined. Somewhere beneath the great earthen mound, history still sleeps. The Silent Guard. Why create an army that would never fight? Because, for Qin Shi Huang, death was not an ending, it was another campaign. Ancient Chinese beliefs held that the afterlife reflected the world of the living. An emperor who ruled in life would continue to rule beyond death. His court would remain, his servants would remain, and his army must remain ready forever. Unlike earlier rulers who were sometimes buried alongside real servants and soldiers, Qin Shi Huang replaced human sacrifice with crafted guardians on an unprecedented scale. Clay became loyalty, art became strategy. Every formation mirrored military doctrine. Archers protected the flanks, infantry occupied the center, commanders oversaw disciplined ranks. The Terracotta Army was not merely symbolic. It represented the organization, precision, and hierarchy that had conquered China itself. Yet perhaps the greatest mystery lies not in what we have uncovered, but in what remains untouched. The emperor's central tomb has never been opened, not because archaeologists lack curiosity, but because they possess something equally valuable: patience. Excavation is destruction. Once a site is opened, it can never be returned to its original state. Today's technology allows researchers to peer beneath the Earth using ground-penetrating radar, satellite imaging, 3D mapping, and environmental analysis without disturbing the burial chamber itself. Each advancement reveals new clues while reminding us how much remains unknown. Perhaps one day, conservation techniques will allow the imperial tomb to be explored without sacrificing the fragile treasures hidden inside. Until then, the emperor continues to wait, surrounded by thousands of silent guardians who have stood their watch for more than 2 millennia. They do not speak, they do not move. Yet together, they tell one of history's most extraordinary stories. A story of ambition without limits, engineering beyond its age, power that sought to outlive death itself. The Terracotta Army is not simply an archaeological wonder. It is the physical expression of one man's vision of eternity. And beneath the hills of Xi'an, that vision still remains largely undiscovered. Perhaps the greatest secrets of China's first emperor are not those we have uncovered, but those that still lie undisturbed beneath the earth, waiting for a future generation to hear their silent story.